everybody and welcome back to another video, and if you're here for the first time, it's really nice to meet you. I'm Jane and my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British, early retirees, we've got no debt and we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Brittany and northwest France. And every Friday we bring you something food related and how we've saved money on food in one way or another. Let's get into the video. As thrifty shoppers, not only do we track everything that we spend, we track everything that we save too. So in January, I effectively got €100 worth of goods for nothing by using discount codes, by using the money off apps, by using cashbacks. And when you're watching this, I've done all the shopping for the month in February. And this month we have saved $64.33 again, with money back, with discount codes, and effectively got €64 worth of food for free. But not necessarily always just food. Items that you buy in the supermarket, for example, laundry liquid. So we don't just track what we spend, we track what we save too. So to go through what we have spent in the shopping haul that you see today. It's $126.54 in euros, $136.89 US dollars, $185.03 Canadian dollars, 108.20 UK pounds, 208.61 Australian dollars, and 221.68 in New Zealand dollars. And I always want to add this in when I, show you a shopping haul, and people will always comment that you have really cheap food in France. Start off with, it's not as cheap as the UK. In lots of prices, it's much higher than the UK. It's very comparable because we went on some Italian supermarket websites. So the food prices were pretty much the same in euros in Italy as they are here. Well, wages in Italy are much lower. So prices here are low on the hauls that you see I do, because I have gone there specifically to buy the bargains. If I've gone to a supermarket, I've gone there because that week vegetables are the cheapest. So you will see in this haul that week that I went to the supermarket, I got 20% off my vegetables. If I go to Lidl, for example, it's because I've used the Lidl app and I'm getting 20% off or 30% off maybe meat or vegetables. So I'm always splitting my shopping around to different stores. So I think it's important that you know that. The prices that you see me get are not representative of every supermarket, of every area all over France. Not at all. It's the bargains that I've managed to find here. And often you'll say, oh, but food is so much cheaper in your country than it is in my country. It is cheaper in comparison, but I do promise you that food in Italy is not cheap for Italians. Food in Portugal is not cheap for the Portuguese, and food here in France is not cheap for those of us living here. You have to do what I'm doing to get those prices. And if you're busy, you're picking the children up from daycare, you're getting home and getting a meal on the table, you haven't got time, that you have to do a curbside pickup for your supermarket food, all of those things, it isn't cheap. So please don't want you thinking that, oh, food in France is really, really cheap. It isn't at all. It is in comparison, but it isn't for the people living here. It would be completely disingenuous for me to say for people living in France, the food at the supermarket goods are cheap, because they're not. But we hope you enjoy the haul. I know that you like to see the bargains that I've got this week, and I certainly did get some really good prices. We hope that you enjoy the haul. Let's get the frozen food first. I've got a 2.5 kilo bag of frozen chips. Call that £5. That was €3.69. I worked this out. It's not much more than just buying ordinary potatoes. It was a penny's worth of difference. And at this time of year, you know, potatoes are seasonal. So all the potatoes that you buy at this time of year grew last year, and they sprout very quickly. So it doesn't hurt any of us to buy a few frozen chips if you get them at a good price. I've got mixed frozen veg here. You can see I've got potatoes, peas, celeriac, leeks, carrots, all in there. Great, and it's for soup, but I add it into things like bolognese. And that one was $1.18. I've got a large bag of green beans. That was a kilo, and that was $1.87. I've got a kilo bag of Alaskan pollock. When we do fish and chips, we defrost this, I put it in batter, stick it in the air fryer, and that's what I use. And that one was $6.25. We'll start over here with the butter. So that's half a pound of butter, 250 grams of butter. I bought this one because it was 20% off. So I get 20% back on my store loyalty card, which took it from $1.89 for half a pound to $1.51. It's French butter. I will not say it's as good as the local butter, but at this price, I'm sticking a few in the freezer. I've then got plant-based spread, and that's $2.87, and that is 450 grams, so just under a pound in weight. Very good for making cakes. Very good for making cakes. I have got solid vegetable-based butter here, which we use for making pastry. It's fine. It's fine. And that was $1.45. And let's come over here to what we've got here. We've got 30 indoor eggs were $4.71. So 30 eggs. This here is if you get a leg of pork, the expensive bit is this end. That's the expensive leg of pork. And this is the cheap bit. And you can see here, it's quite, okay, see that, Mike?
Yeah.
Just enough meat on it for Mike and I on that one. And these are a short date, so they're going to go popped in the freezer. And this one was $1.07 and this one was $1.22. We've then got nice big sausages. So these are herby, garlicky sausages. And they're not, I think they're really, really good, to be honest with you. And that was $4.32 for those sausages. I'm gonna look here and see what percentage of meat there is. Probably should have done that before I bought them. And that's 88% meat.
Yep, 88.5% meat.
Yeah.
Mainly meat.
Mainly meat. We then have smoked sausages, and that was $3.46 for the 4 smoked sausages. Absolutely fantastic. And we've got 2 packs of lardons, and lardons or chopped up bits of bacon. I add this to things like quiche. And then this is my bargain of the week, and I'm lucky that we managed to get this pack of meat because it was the last one they had. Well, we got there at 9:30. So I've got a quarter of a lamb here, and I got that for $8.90 a kilo. This is French lamb, and it's a really, really good price. So I have got the shoulder, I have got some chops, I have got the neck of lamb. A neck of lamb we use for things like Lancashire hot pot. And if you want to see a recipe for Lancashire hot pot, leave me a comment below. And we've also got the breast of lamb in there as well. The breast of lamb, I tend to slow cook it and then let it go cold, skim all the fat off it, and then use the meat. But there you go. So that one was my bargain. I will take this pack and split it. So we've also got 6 lamb chops there as well, lamb cutlets, and they are absolutely amazing. And that was $28.44 for all of that, and that was just over 3 kilos, but the bargain price was $8.90 a kilo. I've divided the lamb up, so you can see here I've got the neck of lamb, and like I said, that gets slowly cooked into something called Lancashire hot pot. It's absolutely fantastic. I forgot when I was there to ask if they had any lamb's kidneys, because those are brilliant in that. But never mind, I will definitely remember next time. I have got the breast of lamb, which is basically lamb ribs. And this gets cooked slowly, and as I said, I cook it slowly. I'll cook it in garlic, onions, herbs. I will braise it. I will then let it go completely cold, and then I will pick all the meat off. I will then chop all that up and use this meat here to make a shepherd's pie. These bits here are the special bits, aren't they? Because these are the lamb cutlets, the lamb chops. And we'll have those, you know, just grilled with some potatoes and vegetables. And this is the star of the show. This is the shoulder of lamb. And this gets slow roasted. And we eat this with roast potatoes, vegetables, gravy, Yorkshire puddings and mint sauce. So that's my 28 euros worth of lamb. Now, normally here in France, lamb is excruciatingly expensive to the point that it is imported from either Australia or New Zealand. And so to be able to buy French lamb at this price was brilliant. And we get to support the French farmers. We'll start over here. We have 6 1.5 litre bottles of crystalline water. We like to have water in stock, and also I really don't like the tap water, and I've always have some spare. Good thing for the prepper pantry to have bottles of water. We've got the Long Life semi-skimmed milk, and that's $5.70 for the 6-pack, or 95 cent each. I'm going to say centimes, we don't have centimes anymore. I've got 2 loaves of crusty bread that have been sliced, and that's €1.15 each. We have an assorted pack of biscuits. That was $1.14. That's quite heavy, half a kilo, $1.14. We have a large bottle of bleach with 68 cents. We have 40 of the dosettes that go in our espresso coffee machine. That was $2.78. We have 40 of the decaffeinated pods that go in. It's not bad, that, is it? 40 cups of coffee for $3.79. We have tinned dauphinoise potatoes. That's like potatoes in a cheesy sauce with garlic in it as well. Great thing to have in the pantry, to have on hand. We have baked beans, which were 79 cents a tin. They were cheaper to buy them in a big tin, but we can't eat a big tin. So it's handy just for the 2 of us to have that. We have the herbs de Provence, that was $2.72. Black bin bags, 100 litre bin bags were 98 cents each. Instead of 5 spices, it's 4 spices, which is a funny one, isn't it? I use this in stir fries and it's really good. And that was $1.49. In case you're interested in what does it cost to feed a dog here. Now this does not come out of our supermarket budget. The dogs have their own food budget of 65 euros a month. And we've got here gravy bones are $1.61. Dog treats are $1.74. And the pouches of what we call the wet food, there's 12 in there, and it was $5.15. Skim through my fruit and vegetables. I've got 3 French garlics for $3.95. I could have had the imported ones cheaper, but I'm trying not to do that. I've got 2 kilos of onions, again French, $2.19. I've got 2 kilos of carrots, $1.69. Got 4 bananas for $1.20. Obviously not French, they don't grow bananas in France. Got here 5 kilos of potatoes and $5.99. And as I said when I showed you the frozen potatoes, these were harvested last year. So that's why, you know, they don't keep at this time of year and they start sprouting. Hence why I bought some frozen chips as well. I've got 3 big leeks there for €2.50. I've got a cauliflower, massive cauliflower for $1.39. White cabbage here for $2.60. That's a good one, big heavy one. Tomatoes still on offer, half a kilo for €2. Lemons, 5 lemons for 99 cents. Let's see where they're from. Are they Spanish? Yeah, they're Spanish. Obviously, they don't grow lemons in France. I've got an aubergine. Doesn't say where that one comes from. 95 cents. They're good, aren't they? I've got 6 clementines for 150. Bunch of broccoli for 150. Yeah, that was Spanish. I've got mash, which is little lettuce. Let's see if I can get it in shot. There we go, little lettuce. And I've got a packet of mushrooms for 99 cents. However, because I had a discount voucher from the last time I went shopping, all of the fruit and veg here, there was 20% of all of this put back on my card, and the refund back on my card was $5.89. So all of that, I had $5.89 back on my card. Now we have a freezer, we are able to go and pick some things up from the Too Good To Go app. In my village, my French village here, we have a crepe factory. When I say a factory, there's about 2 people work in it. And so it's very small, artisan producers. And these are their crepes. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs of crepes made from EO, which means organic materials. And I had a look on the ingredients actually, and the ingredients are milk, flour, cane sugar, there should be eggs, some bleu noir, what's bleu noir in English? Quel est bleu noir in English? I can't think what it is in English. And butter, and fresh butter. So that's all that's in it. And it says here the crepes can be, les crepes can be frozen. There we go. They can be frozen. So that's all going to be frozen. And if you think, why have you got this many crepes, Jamie? You don't eat them. When you have friends around for a coffee, these are great. You can just take them out, defrost them, literally roll them up, and put a little bit of butter in them, and you can microwave them for literally a few seconds. And it's a lovely thing to give people with a coffee. So these are now going to go in my freezer, and all of these cost €2.99, and it's just up the road from my house. You made it all the way to the end of the video, so I want to say a big thank you to you. Thank you so very much for watching the video. Thank you to everyone who hits the like button. And most of all, thank you to everybody who leaves a comment. We read every single one of them, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.